When I make videos during the off season, I often wear jerseys. I can't really wear during the regular season or the playoffs. So Manitoba Moose. Okay, I wanted to talk about Bowen Byram. Now, Bowen Byram is projected to go number 3. Now, I have the black book from HockeyProspect.com. I'm going to go ahead and plug it a little bit here because holy crap, like 675 pages. These guys have done a lot of work, gathered a lot of information. You can download the PDF through. I'll include a link in the description for this video. It's $50, and I know people are going to say $50 seems like a lot. All right. You can also find old draft books that they've done on eBay. They send these books as well to every team. So every team gets a shot at it. And this year they've done it a little bit different than apparently they did years before. Where they try to give you a more realistic idea of where each draft pick's probably going to go. And Byram's projected to go 3rd. He's 6'1.5". So I thought, all right, that's a good detail. I'll throw that in. Anything you see on this board, I got from the publication. I guess it's 675 pages. There are so many prospects in there. 194 pounds. So he's projectable. And there was one report that said he may have some things to work on, but he may very well stick. So whoever drafts him may very well have themselves a defenseman as soon as October. He could be NHL ready already. Hockey Sense, they rate him as an 8. His compete level, they give him a 6. That can get resolved. Skill level 8, and his skating is a 7. So overall, pretty darn solid numbers for an 18-year-old kid. He is the most dynamic defenseman in the draft. Again, I'm just going through their notes and just parsing out what I can. Steps ahead of the play. So when he's in his own zone and the other zone, he thinks the play very well. You know what I'm talking about. Like this means that he's not likely to be that defenseman that throws the puck up the ice and you go, where are you throwing that? There's nobody there. That's what they're talking about. Excellent vision in his own zone, which, lends itself to that idea as well. One of the fastest developing players. So early on in the year, he was projected as maybe he's top 4. Probably top 4 offensive defenseman. Now, with the year he had in Vancouver, and with the amount of goals he put up, and with the dynamic offense he provided, he is now seen as a dynamic top 2 defenseman, and that he will be able to run a power play. So, those defensemen are hard to find. And we will get into that as well with scouting notes that are on this report as well. The one note I thought I'd throw up here, they argue that he needs to refine his play away from the puck in his own end. Needs to develop an intensity level, like his intensity level away from the puck. That's, again, with young players, that's not necessarily unusual. Young skilled players, that's not unusual. Because sometimes you get kids that will take the attitude of, well, that's not really my job. And sometimes you get players that go, I really want to work on that part of my game. So this may very well be what defines whether or not he becomes that next really big name defenseman, or whether he ends up being a decent top 4 guy who's got some holes in his game. So if he works on this, the sky's the limit. March 2019, an NHL scout, and they don't name them because, again, they don't name these people, but I have no reason to think they don't have reliable sources. They have years and years of information to back them up, and Bob McKenzie uses them as well. So you can't get players like this unless you draft them. Nobody trades them. So that's high praise. An NHL scout, also March of 2019, said best defenseman in this draft by a wide margin. So this is not just a good defenseman. This is seen as an elite level defenseman. May 2019 HP scout, Mark Edwards said, imagine if he goes 4th to Colorado, Makar and Byram, game, set, match. So let's say that Turcotte goes 3rd, which is what some people have started saying Chicago's probably going to do. If Byram goes 4th to Colorado, that's as deadly as you get on that blue line. That would really truly be insane. Also, June, so this month, Mark Edwards as well said, Several teams mentioned Byram to me as being one of the best interviews, good on and off the ice. So I'll circle back. Where I talked about how he has these things he needs to work on in his game. If he has a good attitude and he interviews really well, it's very likely he'll be willing to work on all of that as well. And the guys who interview well, that does make a difference. As a general manager, when they sit down and they talk to these kids, it makes a difference. Brian Burke said earlier this year that kids who interview poorly, it puts them off. He's like, I won't interview that, or I won't draft that kid. I don't care if he falls to us. If he starts falling in the draft, we're not touching him. So Byram doesn't seem to have that problem. That teams generally liked him, and they got a favorable impression of him. So that speaks to his maturity level and to his want to become a National Hockey League player as soon as October. So there you go. I wanted to take a look at Bowen Byram. I'm gonna try to take a look at one prospect in the first round every day. And again, I'll link back to their book because all of this information came from hockeyprospect.com. So we'll see if he goes at number 3 or if he slips. But if he slips, he's not slipping very far. And if you're of the mind of, well, Chicago's got enough defensemen in their prospect pool, this one feels like it's that next level. And when you have an opportunity to get that next level guy, you take him. So in my mind, I think you take the best player available. And at 3, that would likely be Byram. But we'll see what happens next Friday. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.